Right now, breaking news, a stabbing reported on Madison's northeast side. What police are telling us about what may have happened at a gas station on Sherman Avenue tonight. 3 years after the bodies of two young women were found in Janesville, the trial begins for the former UW athlete accused of their murders, and why a conservative Wisconsin law firm is suing the Madison School District over what it calls discriminatory practices. It's all coming up right now on News 3 Now at 10. And we thank you for joining us tonight. What has been rain over the past couple of days will be changing to snow tomorrow. We're expecting it to accumulate, prompting an alert day from our weather team. Let's see when we can expect it to start. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti in our first warn forecast. Gary?
Eric, it's just cloudy right now on the patio, and we've just had a little bit of drizzle or a couple of flurries during the day today, but we do have that alert day for tomorrow night into Thursday, so that covers all of southern Wisconsin. As far as the advisories right now, the National Weather Service has issued a winter storm watch for areas north and west of Platteville to Mount Horeb to Columbus line. That watch starts at 6 p.m. tomorrow evening and runs until 3 p.m. on Thursday. Live view from the Edgewater Skycam, just a little bit of haziness there on the Skycam, a little bit of fog showing up, at least in parts of our viewing area. Visibility about 5 miles in Lone Rock, and there will be some patchy fog tonight. Doppler track, though, pretty much free of precipitation across the state, other than maybe a couple of flurries up in northern Wisconsin. Current temperatures, mid-30s right now, 35 in Madison, 36 degrees in Janesville. These temperatures have held steady through the evening hours. Right now, 34 degrees in Oregon and also 34 in Belleville. Overnight, look for mostly cloudy skies, some patchy fog, just a little colder than last night with a low of 31. But again, the potential there for some heavier snow beginning late tomorrow afternoon or early tomorrow evening through the day on Thursday. I'll have more on the timing and the amounts in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. Breaking news now from the northeast side of Madison. An active police scene at a gas station on Sherman Avenue after a reported stabbing. Police haven't released much information here, but they do tell us one person was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries, and no one is yet in custody. It has been nearly 3 years now since the shooting deaths of Brittany McAdory and Sierra Winchester in Janesville. And today, their suspected killer's trial got underway. The women were found along the side of the road. This was early February of 2020, both suffering from gunshot wounds. They were taken to the hospital but would die from their injuries. Marcus Randall L., who played football for the Badgers from 2004 to 2007, would turn himself into Chicago police later that month and was brought back to Wisconsin, where he was then charged with 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. Our Armand Rahman was in Rock County today for the start of this trial. Armand?
Eric, Randall L's trial was originally supposed to begin last January, but was delayed twice. The first delay pushed it back to August, but over the summer it was delayed once again to today.
What's your name? Talk to me. She's not talking, but she got blood coming out of her mouth.
Michelle Edwards Horton listened back in tears to the 911 call she made that night 3 years ago when she found Sierra Winchester and Brittany McAdory along the road while on her taxi route.
I didn't realize until breathe, open up her mouth, and then I seen the whole. Just put 2 and 2 together. They shot.
In their opening statements, the prosecution said Winchester was growing more afraid of Randall L. after being involved in drug dealings with him. They say Randall L. became paranoid. She was stealing drugs, and that all came to a head the night of the murder.
But it's clear that the cause of death was the firearm that the evidence would show the defendant had when he brutally executed, basically, Sierra and Brittany.
They say Randall L. running out of gas in Cook County, Illinois, was what led to his arrest.
Apparently he wasn't a very good drug dealer because he had no money to get gas.
Meanwhile, the defense said he quickly turned himself in to clear his name.
The social media rumor mill was buzzing. People talking about Mr. Randall L. As a suspect. And that took on a life of its own.
4 other witnesses took the stand testifying what they heard from their homes or places of employment, but the families of both girls sobbed when Edward Horton described how she found their daughters.
Both of them was girls that night to me.
Tomorrow, the 2 police officers who responded to the 2 girls are expected to testify, and their body camera footage is expected to be shown.
Armand, thank you. The U.S. Marshals Service now stepping in to help Madison police search for a wanted man charged in a shooting on State Street a couple months ago. Police have been looking for 40-year-old Lamar Jefferson since back on November 29th. Jefferson, who police say has ties to Madison, but also Milwaukee and Chicago, has no known address, and that's complicating the search. An MPD spokesperson says the department still has multiple resources from the department's violent crime unit assigned to the search efforts. Dane County sheriffs, past and present, calling on the county board today to greenlight a referendum for this spring to push through funding for the stalled overhaul of the county jail. More than 3 decades of sheriffs spoke in solidarity today.
Society has put a lot of responsibility on our criminal justice system. They demand that our jails provide adequate medical care, mental health care, programming, so that we can reduce recidivism. We, as sheriffs, have accepted that responsibility and do it gladly. But we beg our decision makers in this jail project to allow us with the facilities to continue to treat individuals with humanity, dignity, and respect.
The sheriffs recognized how rare this joint press conference was, all saying the matter crosses party lines. The board will vote on the referendum on Thursday. City leaders are ramping up traffic safety efforts in one Fitchburg neighborhood. This push comes after the death of local principal Beth Steffen. She died earlier this month while walking her dogs, hit by a car on South Saline Road. Hundreds gathered over the weekend to remember the Badger Ridge Middle School principal, and since then, 2 speed boards were put in that area. The Fitchburg police chief told the council president there is increased patrol and police visibility near the road as well. There are also plans underway for a community meeting later this month to address public concerns directly. At the state capitol this afternoon, the Senate met for an unusually early floor session, and that's because both sides of the aisle are working quickly ahead of a deadline to get things on the April ballot. If you look ahead to April, it's usually a pretty low turnout event. But this year, there's a high-profile Supreme Court race that will determine the balance of the court. And because of that, both sides are trying to drive up turnout by adding other issues to the ballot. Democrats today, for example, rolled out a plan to add a referendum on abortion to the April ballot. That would likely help drive turnout for the liberal justice candidates. On the other side of the aisle, Republicans in the Senate today voted on a bail reform constitutional amendment. We could see that possibly drive Republican turnout in the spring. Taking a live look at the Madison City Council meeting happening right now. One of the topics of discussion, a new city zoning proposal that has been getting a lot of attention recently. City leaders see it as one solution to Madison's housing problem, but the opposition thinks they're taking on too much too fast. It's called transit-oriented development, and it affects more than 30% of Madison homes, or about 80,000 residents. Should the proposal move forward, it would mean more units could be built near major public transit routes. For a more in-depth report on the proposal, you can head to our website, channel3000.com. New at 10, a conservative law firm is suing the Madison School District, alleging the district is not complying with the state open records law. The Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty filed the suit today in Dane County. Now, the law firm claims it has been waiting just under a year on a request about a policy that it claims discriminates against students based on race. Now, that policy, according to the firm, prioritizes African-American students over students of other races.
The document requested in this lawsuit was related to documents that Will received from a whistleblower showing a policy that is racially discriminatory. And when Will received part of a copy of that policy, we submitted an open records request for the entire official policy to see if that is in fact the policy that the district has in place.
In response, a Madison School District spokesperson told News 3 Now that while the district does not comment on pending lawsuits, the language in question was not part of district policy. Instead, it was, quote, language found in a singular guidance document, the content of which was modified over a year ago. Next tonight, police in Albuquerque, New Mexico say they've caught the man behind a series of shootings at the homes of Democratic lawmakers and officials. They say the man responsible is a former Republican candidate who lost his election in November. A SWAT team took 39-year-old Solomon Pena into custody yesterday. Police say after he lost the election, he hired 4 people to shoot at the homes of Democratic officials. New at 10, the TSA stopped a record number of guns at airport security checkpoints last year. The federal agency reports airline passengers tried to bring more than 6,500 guns onto planes in their carry-on luggage. Elise Preston has the details.
Look at this gun stuffed into a raw chicken, or these smuggled firearm parts pulled from jars of peanut butter. In 2022, Transportation Security Administration officers found 6,542 firearms carried by airport passengers, the most the agency has ever seen. Rick Coates is a frequent traveler and says he still feels safe.
I'd rather hear that than hear that 6,500 weren't found. We just need to better educate people not to do stupid things.
In fact, the #1 reason passengers gave for having a gun was "I forgot," according to former TSA Administrator John Pistol.
Well, that's pretty lame, in my opinion, because the #1 rule of gun safety is know where your weapon is.
According to a new report from the TSA, an alarming 88% of the firearms were loaded, with airports in Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, Nashville, and Phoenix leading the nation in the number of weapons seized. Pistol credits the increased number of CT scanners now in use.
It's like a X-ray on steroids. It literally allows the officer to manipulate the screen so they're seeing the object, the carry-on bag, from different angles and in three-dimensional.
The jump in guns stopped during screenings comes as the TSA increased the fine for weapon violations to nearly $15,000.
Passengers caught with a weapon also lose pre-check eligibility for up to 5 years. They can face additional state and local fines, and in some airports, local authorities will make an immediate arrest. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
In April, North Carolina Congressman Madison Cawthorn was cited for attempting to bring a gun through security at Charlotte Douglas International Airport. President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris welcoming the Golden State Warriors to the White House today. NBA champs were welcomed as part of a years-long tradition among presidents. The team's last visit to the White House was in 2016. They haven't been back since, after then President Trump withdrew their invitation. Still to come tonight, a popular pizzeria announces plans to close its final location. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti will have an update for us on tomorrow's Alert Day. Stay with us.
Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all.
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 Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
Shop Menard's full selection of interior lighting. Find your style with Patriot Lighting's unique finishes and styles, including the Citrine collection in gold. We have the lighting for any room of your home. Save big money on Patriot Lighting. Combine stylish lighting with the advantages of LED technology with Fight Electric dimmable light bulbs. The vintage look is ideal for open fixtures, and the traditional design creates a warm contemporary feeling. Save big money on Fight Electric light bulbs at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
The local water experts at Culligan can take care of everything but the kitchen sink. Actually, we do that too. Culligan, here for every water worry.
Arby's, 2 for $7 every day. That big crispy boy can barely fit on the bun. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
With reliable COVID-19 results in just 15 minutes, everyone is making room for Binax Now in their medicine cabinet.
Do we still need these pregnancy tests?
Yeah, no. Out with the old, in with the #1 COVID-19 self-test in the U.S. with the same technology doctors use to test for COVID-19. Binax Now.
Get an F-150 with 0% APR financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash and $500 accessories cash.
I would like to say to Gruber Law Offices, thank you
for what they've done for myself and my family.
For everything that you did for me.
And making me feel like I was the most important thing.
I'm just really, really grateful.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, the legendary Debbie Allen. You always look so fly. Come on. Debbie came ready to dance. And the woman who gives part of every paycheck to those in need.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. After 18 years in business, the Roman Candle will close its Middleton location February 4th. The pizzeria once had 4 locations in the area, but the Middleton location is the last one standing. Although a reason was not given for the closure, in a post today, the owners included a note about the difficulty of restaurant work. American households are slowing down on the spending and are expected to pull back even more yet this year. A new survey from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York shows spending decline in the final 4 months of last year, and people are putting off some big purchases. It's largely responsible for this decline. Exactly 70 years after the very first Chevy Corvette was unveiled, General Motors is rolling out the first ever hybrid Corvette. It's called the E-Ray. The car's front wheels use an electric motor. The back ones rely on a gas engine. The price for the Corvette E-Ray starts at $104 grand. It's not for sale, though, just yet. The E-Ray will be sold sometime later this year. Climate campaigner Greta Thunberg was detained by German police today while taking part in a coal mine protest. The 20-year-old activist was carried off by 2 officers in riot gear. As you see here, Thunberg did not appear to be actively resisting. It's not yet clear what would happen to Thunberg or the group with whom she was detained. And an update tonight on the condition of actor Jeremy Renner. He says he is now home from the hospital after that snowplow accident. The Marvel star was injured on New Year's Day while clearing snow from the driveway at his home in Nevada. According to the 911 call log, Renner's upper torso was, quote, crushed by a snowcat vehicle. He underwent 2 surgeries and is continuing to recover. California's governor says at least 20 deaths now are being blamed on the storms that have battered the state since last month. And today, a mudslide stopped a commuter train on the tracks. More than 200 people were evacuated from that train. It was just outside the city of Fremont, California. Since New Year's, the state has experienced more than 500 landslides. And President Biden will head out to California to the Central Coast on Thursday to see what additional federal support may be needed. More than 3 million people were displaced in the United States last year. That's all due to natural disasters. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, 1 million of those affected were in the state of Florida, hit, of course, by Hurricane Ian in September. Louisiana also saw a large portion of its population displaced, mainly by multiple tornadoes that hit the state last year. We've got some winter weather heading our way tomorrow into Thursday. Here's Gary, very latest on what we can expect in the days ahead. Gary?
You know, our temperatures have been above normal every day since December 28th, right after Christmas. But that will change. The first thing that has to change, you have to get some snow on the ground. And we do have an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow evening into Thursday across all of southern Wisconsin. Winter storm is likely. Right now, the thinking on this is that we're seeing about 2 to 6 inches of snow, maybe a little bit more north and west of the Dells. The lower amounts will be down toward the Illinois state line, where there'll be a mixture of rain and snow for at least some period of time. Heaviest snow northwest of Dane County, where precipitation primarily be in the form of snow. Most of the accumulating snow will be tomorrow night into early Thursday morning. Areas north of Madison may see a little additional accumulation during the day. Winter storm watches in effect north and west of Dane County from 6 p.m. tomorrow evening through 3 p.m. on Thursday. Winter storm warnings already in effect for much of Iowa, from Waterloo westward through the northwestern half of the state. Future track beginning at noon tomorrow shows cloudy skies here, maybe even a peak or 2 of sunshine, but mostly cloudy skies. And then here comes the snow. By 6 p.m., just starting to get to the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. This is the very latest computer model forecast. You can see the snow lifting by midnight. Much of southern Wisconsin seeing snow, but down toward the Illinois state line, there'll be a mixture of rain and snow, and that could limit the accumulations there. But north of Madison, mainly snow. 6 a.m., the more persistent areas of snow lifting north of Madison. Areas south of Madison might just see some flurries, some drizzle, or even some freezing drizzle if temperatures are below freezing. But by mid-afternoon, we're just seeing a few scattered snow showers with little in the way of additional accumulation, and most of that is out of here by late tomorrow evening. Snowfall amounts right now, we're thinking a general 3 to 6 inch snowfall, a little bit less, perhaps around 2 inches, or maybe even a little bit less down toward the Illinois state line. A little heavier out toward La Crosse and areas north and west of the Dells, say up toward New Lisbon, Boston, Richland Center. Those areas might see as much as 6 or 7 inches of snow. But again, the winter storm watch in effect for central Wisconsin. As we look at weather track, the upper level winds now from the southwest. So the storm that just plowed into California will start heading toward the north and east, basically following right along that jet stream. And that'll take it into probably northern Illinois during the day tomorrow. In fact, you can see the current weather map. A couple of areas of low pressure to the south and west. There's a little trough of low low pressure here, but eventually this storm system will basically follow right along the arrows here through northern Illinois. Very favorable track to get accumulating snow here in the southern Wisconsin. Right now, just a lot of clouds and temperatures that are mainly in the middle 30s, but again, tomorrow night it'll be cold enough for some snow. Winter storm watch north and west of Dane County, 6 p.m. until 3 p.m. on Thursday afternoon. Tomorrow during the day, cloudy skies, dry with a high of 37, but snow develops tomorrow night. Future track beginning at 4 p.m. You can see the snow just approaching the Illinois state line about 6 p.m. By 9 p.m., the snow south and west of Madison. Just about everybody's seeing that at midnight, continuing overnight. And then the snow lifting to the north, becoming a little more spotty to the south. The snow continues to accumulate a little bit more north of Madison. Temperatures right around freezing or just a little bit above, and that would limit the snowfall amounts down toward the Illinois state line, but everything's pretty much over with by about 10 p.m. tomorrow. 3 to 6 inches of snow most areas, a little bit less to the south, a little bit more to the north and west. 7 to 10 day forecast after the snow leaves, highs on the upper 20s with some snow on the ground. Back to the lower 30s Sunday and Monday, a couple of flurry chances next week, and then even colder weather at the end of next week. Highs around 20 and nighttime lows in the single digits to around 10.
More like winter, Gary. Thank you. Just ahead in sports, Badgers. They get back in the win column thanks to a big second half. How Wisconsin snapped that losing streak. Zach's in next. He has sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Can we really trust him with a car?
Of course we can, Lindsay, with AAA Auto Insurance.
Wait, AAA has auto insurance?
We do home insurance, too.
Switch and save on AAA Auto Insurance and expect something more.
Wisconsin. It's easy to take for granted how we warm up. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? For many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
I became an orthopedic surgeon for a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons. To help you take walks again. To ease your pain. To rebuild your strength. And at every step along the way,
we take the time to answer all your questions.
We're here because we care. We care about you. You.
You. They care about me.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics, now offering robotic-assisted knee replacement.
Lake Ridge may be a new name, but it isn't a new bank. It's one built on over a century of community commitment. One equipped with all the knowledge and resources of 145 collective years of experience. Monona Bank and State Bank of Cross Plains are coming together as one. As Lake Ridge Bank, we're doing more together for you.
We asked people to give their honest feedback on how wrinkles around their eye area and under-eye puffiness looked after trying Tint and Tighten for the first time.
So with foundation, normally it just kind of cover up and conceal things, but with Tint and Tighten, it actually changes the way the skin looks. The lines are actually gone, so you don't get any of that buildup within them and the creases that you normally would see with when you wear foundation.
Tint and Tighten shrinks under-eye puffiness, smooths out wrinkles and fine lines around the eye area, and provides tinted coverage to hide dark circles and skin imperfections, making you look fresh and younger. And since Tint and Tighten works in 10 minutes and lasts up to 8 hours, you can look your best without getting injections or fillers. Get beautiful, lightweight, tinted coverage, plus that smoother, younger, wrinkle-free look from years past in 10 minutes. A look that will make you feel beautiful and confident. Try it this new year for only $19.95, plus get free shipping and handling. Visit tintandtighten.com or call the number on your screen.
Can we really trust him with a car?
Of course we can, Lindsay, with AAA Auto Insurance.
Wait, AAA has auto insurance?
We do home insurance, too.
Switch and save on AAA Auto Insurance and expect something more.
I'm News 3 Now's Josh Spreiter. I'm visiting the people, places, and events that make this area one of a kind. Tell me what inspires you, and it might be featured on News 3 Now this morning.
In the 608, weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
The Wisconsin men's basketball team is in a little bit of a funk right now. 3 games without Tyler Wall and 3 straight losses. Good news, Wall, who hasn't played since January 3rd, was good to go against Penn State. Connor Esigian also in the starting lineup. The Badger freshman making his first college start. UW trailed by 6 at the break, but turned it on in the second half. Esigian takes it to the cup for 2 of his 10 points. Badgers go back on top. And then later, Wall just picking up where he left off. He dials one up from deep for 3 of his 10 points. And the man of the night, none other than Big Steve. 21 points and 11 boards for Stephen Crowell. He was plain and simply a bully down low. 4 Badgers finish in double figures. And more importantly, Wisconsin snaps their 3-game skid with a 63-60 dub. UW now 19-0 all-time at the Kohl Center against Penn State.
You know, there hasn't been real fun the last 10 days or so around here, but these guys have stayed with us and continue to battle, and I'm really happy that they get rewarded for their efforts and their commitment. And obviously having Tyler back helps, but we got a lot of contributions across the board, and you know, we're able to get stops there at the end when we needed to.
Huge high school boys game down in Division 5. Top-ranked Fall River hosting Deerfield in a trail race crossover. Pirates got off to a bit of a slow start. Matthew Miller uses the bounce to Colin Veith, who banks it home for 2 to give Fall River their first lead of the game. But Deerfield has a guy by the name of Cal Fisher, and the dude is a bucket. First, the senior spots up and splashes home the 3-ball to give the Demons back the lead. And then later, it's Fisher again, same spot. Same result. He scored 8 of Deerfield's first 12 as they knock off Fall River 74-63. No Giannis again for the Bucks against the Raptors. The big man missing his 4th straight game. That's okay though. Grayson Allen came to play. The catch and shoot triple, nothing but net. Allen finished with 25, Bucks up 5. And then Drew Holiday put the game on ice. 37 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, and the step-back dagger 3. Bucks get the win, 130-123. After a week away, Aaron Rodgers Tuesday was back. The Packers quarterback joined the Pat McAfee show, and the big question everybody was wondering, will A-Rod be back for a 19th NFL season? And if so, where's he going to play? Well, the answer, no decision has been made. Rodgers did say that after his exit meetings with the franchise, there are more conversations to be had. As for now, well, he's just pressing the pause button for a bit.
Letting kind of all the emotions kind of run through you, and then starting to see how it feels day after day, and what's coming to mind. You missing it, not missing it? You excited about the next season, new challenge, whatever it might be, and then going. Kind of lean into that feeling, and whatever feels right in your body is probably what it's going to be.
We're back after this.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year? Anywhere. Find new experiences. Find new roads. Well-qualified buyers get 2.99% financing on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $1,500 cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $3,250 total cash allowance.
Rob these little weenies, not with my low E.
Millions are suffering from low energy, commonly called low E.
Conga line around the family room? Not with my low E.
I can't even blow up this celebratory balloon.
Well, I live this way. Planet Fitness replaces low E with Big E, which keeps you energized and glowing all day. Simply join through the free PF app for just $10 a month.
Deal extended till January 19th.
Downey Unstoppables wants to use my face for their Super Bowl ad, but I haven't agreed yet because I don't believe it keeps your clothes fresh for over 12 weeks.
So he's going to sniff that until the Super Bowl.
Can it, Super Bowl puppy? This is my thing.
Over 12 weeks of freshness. You got to sniff it to believe it.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Spark inspiration at the Build and Remodel Expo. Chat with local experts showcasing the latest innovations in home building and remodeling. Browse kitchen, bath, and new home construction trends. Visit buildremodelexpo.com for more information.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We do the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at Lens Crafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
How a call for action led to charges against an area contractor Wednesday at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Well, Gary's back as the final check of the forecast, and you're going to be busy the next couple days here.
Yeah, winter storm coming in for tomorrow night. Tonight, we're just watching out for some fog, just a little bit of haziness near the Capitol. Visibility 10 miles at the airport, but you can see some little patchy areas of fog forming. 7-mile visibility in Janesville, 5 miles in Lone Rock. Temperatures have stayed above freezing all evening, mid-30s right now in Madison. Most of south central Wisconsin seeing temperatures right around 35, give or take a degree or two. That's the case in Dane County. In fact, the warmest temperature is 37 up in Sauk City. But look for skies to be cloudy overnight, some patchy fog, low dropping to 31. Tomorrow, cloudy but dry during the day, high at 37. Then a winter storm watch from 6 p.m. tomorrow night through 3 p.m. on Thursday for areas north and west of a Platteville to Mount Horeb to Columbus line for about 3 to 6 inches of snow. Heavier out toward La Crosse, less down toward the Illinois state line.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us tonight, folks, for News 3 Now at 10. We hope you have a great night.